Howdy there, Ken. How you doing today?
Great. It's chilly here in Northern California. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Actually, it's about 70 degrees here in Arkansas. It's fantastic, right?
I would love for it to be 70. Cold here.
Episode 28 today for everyone listening on the podcast and you folks here on the YouTube channel. Thanks for being here and watching because you get to see the Affiliate Files shirts. Don't forget to check out the Affiliate Files merch over at the affiliatefiles.com. You can still, I think, get it in time for Christmas.
Yes, I know. I'm gonna be doing some shopping for my wife and my son, I think.
Exactly. Excellent. Everybody in the family getting that Affiliates Files merch. Affiliate Files. That's the truth about making money online. Go buy the merch. So
Absolutely.
so Ken, I got a question for you today so we can get down to the truth about making money online, which is what we do here on the Affiliate Files. Are you a Mac or are you a PC guy?
I am a Mac guy. How about you?
I'm a Mac guy. Comes down to the brand, right? It's all
Comes down
about
to
the
the
brand.
brand. It does. But there's tremendous value in it. And not that we wanna stir the pot here, but it just works. It just works. That's all I care about. It just works. I leave it on and I don't have to reboot it. I don't have to do anything. It just works.
So isn't that the truth though? The truth, even as an affiliate marketer, you want your brand, you want your stand to be whatever I recommend to you. When I recommend it because it just works.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to me, if someone recommends something to me and I take them up on that offer and it just works or it does what it says it's going to do, then I'm a happy guy. And then you've got me as a customer. And I know we were talking about that, and we could probably touch upon that a little bit later in this discussion. But yeah, I just want something that works, and I think most people do.
Yeah, well, we probably lost half the audience because we're both Mac guys, so we lost the
Yeah.
PC folks. But hey, we still love you here at the Affiliate Files. You can be an affiliate marketer and you can use your Windows machine. If you want to reboot it every day or every other day or every hour, I don't know, whatever it is, however often you have to reboot your Windows machine, we are still here for you. When you come back to the channel, you can still pick up where you left off. Hopefully you're at least using the Google Chrome browser. You're not using Microsoft Edge. But this kind of thing really drives it home, and I'm that's a little just sort of being ridiculous there. But at the end of the day, when you think about a brand, Mac versus PC, or even Microsoft versus Apple, but building a brand, building something that people come to you for, even as an affiliate marketer, and I think this is kind of hard for a lot of affiliates to wrap their head around the fact that you are the brand.
Yeah.
Maybe not you personally, but the way that we teach it and the way we talk about it here is if you build an affiliate marketing site and you are the authority, you are the person or you're the place that they go looking for the solution and they find the answer they're looking for. That's all intertwined into the quote unquote, and for the people on the podcast, air quotes with my fingers, that's part of the brand, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you're not visible, even if you just are behind the scenes and you're just writing blog posts, you are the brand. And I think that's super important to understand that as the ambassador or the face or whatever it is of your brand, that you have to have that level of, I guess, to me, like providing value. And that's how I approach it. I mean, because even though the brand is my name, yours is 30minutemarketing.net. It's synonymous with Gary Baker. And so, you've got to really, to me, you still have to put out the best possible content. You still have to help people as much as possible. You have to give them the best advice that you can give them.
For sure. Because when we talk about people coming to buy, and ultimately that's the goal, like in the affiliate files, the truth about making money online is you have to get people to your content. That content has to help them. Then they have to click and then they have to buy.
Yep.
Then they become what people like to say buyers, or you build a buyers list.
Hmm.
Going back to what you said earlier, talking about customers, the thing that I was reading was talking about the root of the word custom or customer being custom, meaning it's the custom of the person to come back and buy from you again and again. So it's their custom. That's why they're now a customer, and they're different. There's a difference between a customer and a buyer. A customer is someone that comes to you because it's their custom to buy from you because they believe in you and they take your recommendation. A buyer is just someone with money that's just buying from you or anybody else that happens to have the product.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the important thing to remember is, do you want buyers, or initially you're going to get a buyer, right? Because they buy from you the first time, but do you want buyers or do you want customers? And we had this discussion on our pre-podcast discussion that we normally have. And we talked about that, about wanting customers, people who, because we provide this value, they click that buy button. And after that, it doesn't stop from there, because we talk about this all the time. It's about building that relationship with that buyer and really providing additional value and turning them into a customer. Because if you provide that value, and let's say they decide to buy another product and they stick with you, then you've really built that relationship and that custom of them coming back, trusting your opinion, trusting your guidance, and then going out and purchasing the product that you're recommending. And that's the reason why I just like the whole fact of thinking long term, and that this is a real business. Because again, you could have a corner shop in your neighborhood, and you'll have people walking in. Maybe somebody just moved into the neighborhood and they walk into your store, and they buy something from you, and while they're paying for it, you strike up a conversation. Say, "Hey, you're new here. I've never seen you before." And just that simple interaction can lead to that person coming back and saying, "Yeah, I met Ken, and he's a great store owner, and I just like the way he treats me, so I'm gonna keep coming back. And he has great products, and everything I need is right there." So now you've got a customer rather than just a buyer,
Yeah, and even as an affiliate, it's the same thing. Just the
right?
items on your shelf belong to somebody else.
Yeah,
You're a reseller for all intents and
yep,
purposes of the word, right? You're an affiliate. You're just directing them to. So, but they still come into your shop because they know your shop has the answer they're looking for, or
yep,
they think it might have the answer they're looking for. And as they're walking around, they're on your YouTube channel, they're on your blog, they're on your social media. You give them the answer, and you can build that relationship with them, and they
yep,
come and know and they trust your brand, and they come back to your brand. Of course, when you first start out, that's in your micro niche and just sort of your lane of the one or two things that you offer, the one or two solutions that you offer for that very specific problem. But then you have the potential there to just branch that out. And one of the things, like talking about, and you mentioned 30-minute marketing as that channel, but it's Gary Baker. Well, 30-minute marketing, I can actually take and I could say, okay, well, anybody could create content for 30-minute marketing, and I
yeah,
could bring other people under that umbrella of that brand.
yeah,
But I think you could do the same thing, Ken Furukawa Marketing. You could build out the team. It would kind of be like having a band, right? How many
yeah,
famous bands have been the name of the person,
yeah,
and then have the band behind them, and that band is okay with that. But then sometimes the band is not okay with that, and they want to start their own band, and they come up with a band name.
yep.
So the reason I bring that up is thinking about the brand as an affiliate marketer. Should you brand yourself? Should you brand a brand name? I don't think it really matters, but I think it's a decision that you have to make one way or the other.
Yeah, and I think if you think long term, for instance, when I just said, "Hey, kenfurukawa.com," is because Ken Furukawa Marketing, I was like, I didn't know what to name it. So I said, "You know what? It's all about moving forward." And the beauty is that I could always come up with another name and make that transition. Yeah, it'll be slightly painful as people get used to a different brand name, but it's totally possible. It's totally possible to do. I think the main thing is just you just got to get started, and I don't think it really matters what you come up with. Like I like 30-minute marketing.net. I think it's like brilliant. Mine, I was at the time I'm like, I have no idea, so I'm just gonna use my name. And when I typed it into to buy the domain, I was like, it was there. So there you go. Easy peasy, right? So
Sometimes I think it can be just that simple too.
yeah,
And I think that really speaks to the truth about not overthinking things.
Yeah.
Because you could have been paralyzed and you could have been like, you know what, I don't know, just forget it. It's just hang it up. It's
Yeah.
not going to work because I can't even get over this first hurdle. But
Yeah.
you just powered through that, and that's that. Now there is a book. It's called Primal Branding for the folks on the YouTube channel. If you're on the podcast, I'll add a link to this book. It's by Patrick Hanlon. He's the founder and CEO of Thinktopia. How great is that?
I like
Thinktopia.
that. I like it.
And the subtitle of this book, the book name is Primal Branding. The subtitle: Create zealots for your brand, your company, and your future. Now, to me, create zealots for your brand speaks directly to exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast. Mac versus PC.
Yeah.
I mean, these are brands, these are giant corporations, but you don't need to be a giant corporation, because I will tell you right now that people that go to 30-minute marketing and people that go to Ken Furukawa marketing, they're going to like something specifically about our brand. At the core, our brand is pretty much the same as far as the ethos of what we stand for:
Mm,
make money online, don't get ripped off by the shiny objects. You got to put in the work. But
yeah.
there's still something inside of our brand when you really dig down deep, and it's what our individual missions are. It's what we individually believe that sets us apart. And what sets us apart really is the fact that we're individuals.
Yeah. And the beauty of that is that we have our opinions, and we share our opinions in varying ways. We have different styles and approaches to the content. But like Gary had mentioned, we have the same ethos, and we come from the same place when we're doing videos, or we're talking to our audience. And that's the beauty of affiliate marketing, is that everybody has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion, and to me, as long as it's your opinion and it's based off of whatever research you've done. If you just recklessly recommend something without having done your research, then well, that's a different story. But Gary and I will both research the same product, and we'll come up with a different angle as to whether it's a good product or whether it's a bad product. Whatever, we're going to come up with different talking points. And that's what I like about it, is that you could watch both of our channels and you're going to get something different out of each of us.
It's very true. Of course, I like to talk about focus, and those on the podcast, I'm pointing to the sign behind me that says focus, actually individual letters carved out of wood on my bookshelf.
Hmm.
And one of the things that about that focus is literally the tagline I like to use. And I don't know if it makes any sense to anybody else, but it's not about faster, it's about focus. Because people come online and they want to get fast in a hurry, quick, make a lot of money. Hey, I want to make a lot of money, and I want to make a lot of money fast too. But I understand you have to stay focused and you have to remain and keep that focus. Otherwise, it's not going to work. But that also doesn't mean that I don't live in the real world of everyone's focus is going to be different,
Yeah.
because not everyone wants to focus on YouTube. Not everyone wants to focus on a podcast. Not everyone wants to blog or do I almost said Penstagram. There you go. Instagram or Pinterest. But if you pick one and you focus, and I know that as a marketer over at 30-minute marketing, if I review a product and I'm going through the product and I'm like, you know what? I don't do Pinterest, but I like the idea of this. I'm going to be straightforward and honest with you that, look, I don't do Pinterest, but I like the way this is going. And I trust the person that put this program together. And I think this is something that could help you. But caveat that with, I didn't like this. I don't like that. Because again, it goes back to what I stand for in 30-minute marketing is I am a marketing channel. And I think that to be a good marketer, an affiliate marketer, or marketing your own products, you have to realize you live in the real world and there is a gray line. And sometimes we're on either side of that gray line, and you have to adjust which side you are comfortable on. And that's part of where I stand over at 30-minute marketing.
Yeah, and I'm the same way too. I just feel that as long as I'm being open about my feelings and my thoughts based on what I can see from the product, then that's all I can do. There's I know with both of our channels, we sleep well at night because we know that we put it out there, and all we can do is put out our opinion based off of the research that we've done, and it's up to you the potential buyer or the customer to decide whether or not that's a good fit for you. And that's where the relationship part comes in. And there are times when, I'm sure Gary can attest to this as well, where I'll get emails or I'll get a message over Facebook Messenger or Skype from someone who is a subscriber or a follower, and I've never even heard of them before, and they're asking me about the products, and we'll have a frank discussion over chat about whether or not they should get it. And because I don't know them all that well, I'll just have to ask questions about what they're trying to do. And again, like Gary says, it's about focus. If you choose to do something, I mean, what it really boils down to is just being focused on that particular, strategy or whatever that you're doing. I think that's, and you can go faster too. You can go faster, but it just depends on your time, right?
Yeah.
I think that's like, to me, like one of the most brilliant taglines right there. It's not faster, it's about focus, right? So mine is just right there. Finish what you started.
Finish what you started. I love it because my thing is inside of my brand is even with my tagline, it's not about faster, it's about focus. I'm also again back into the real world. Sometimes you have to go faster,
Yep.
but
Yep.
you have to understand that when you're going faster, you can never lose focus. Because
Yeah.
if you're going faster, you need to focus even more. You need to be even more focused
Hmm.
because the faster you're going, the harder you're going to crash, or the slightest, variation or turn,
Yep.
right, is going to be that much worse. So there's so much in that brand and that idea of a brand and sort of what you stand for.
Yep.
Even as an affiliate marketer, again, no matter if you're the face of it, it's your brand. You have to know what your brand stands for. You have to be willing to, and this is just marketing in general, even, but it's really important to understand as an affiliate marketer is you can't be everything to everyone.
Yeah.
You have to pick a stance. You have to say, this is what I believe. I'm all in on this product. And you have to cast out the zealots. You have to be like, look, you know what I mean? You can't be on both sides of the fence and try to appease everyone. If you're a computer blog, you're going to have a lot more focus. You're going to have a lot more authority with people if you just come out and say, I'm a PC guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't mean you
Absolutely.
can't talk about Mac.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think by doing so, like you said, you're going to repel the zealots as well by doing that, and that's how you're going to carve out your true audience of people who want to follow you. And when you're talking about focus and about being careful when you're going faster with focus, to me, the more focused you are, the faster you're going to be, because if you're not focused, you're gonna be moving slower than you would be if you were focused. The more focused you are, the faster you're gonna move. And that's not literally, but just basically, the more focused you are, the sooner you're gonna get to whatever goal that you're gonna get to, because you're just laser focused on that, and you're not succumbing to all the distractions out there.
Yeah, because if you go back to the concept, even as an affiliate marketer, and you may or may not have ever heard of this, is 1,000 true fans, meaning that at any given time, you can find 1,000 true fans that will follow you, that will buy all of your stuff. Then you can support yourself and no matter anything you want to do, because that's enough people. If you have a product or even as an affiliate marketer, if all 1,000 of those true fans, a zealot, the people that are fanatical about your stance, your brand, then those people are going to follow you.
Yeah.
And that's great. It would be great to have 2,000 people, but what's the point of having 2,000 if half of them, all they do is fight every word you say? They don't believe anything you say. I mean, it can just be like it could just sort of take up your time to try to appease that other thousand, and you wind up losing the other thousand of your true fans
Yeah.
just because you become, I guess the word I'm looking for is wishy washy.
Yeah. 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 I think yeah, focus goes beyond just focusing on strategy, but focusing on your audience and finding that audience, that those true 1000 fans. And it's tough. I think it's tough for some people to take a stance, but I think by producing whatever content you produce and by being honest about who you are and what you stand for, you really don't have to worry about trying to please other people, because the people that aren't the type that you're attracting, they're not gonna watch your stuff anyway or read your blog posts anyway. So
Yeah.
I think really it just boils down to your brand, like you say, is you got to take a stand and just be who you are, and just stick to your ethos. I think that's like the key to building a really good brand is just sticking to your ethos and what your brand stands for.
Yeah, and if you haven't, from a true sense of the word marketing as an affiliate marketer, and to understand the truth about making money online, is there's a lot of statistics in the world of marketing, just like in pretty much any branch of or business out there that people like to, I like to joke around and talk about the bean counters that keep me from doing the things that I want to do when I was in the corporate world, right? It's like,
Yeah,
man, I just need the money. They're
yeah.
like, well, we need to look at the numbers and crunch this and crunch that. So in marketing, you have demographics and then you have psychographics, right? So demographics is more of the sort of hard statistical data that you look at, like
Hmm.
age groups, right? Like the age group 18 to 24, 40 to 60 or whatever. This is my demographic. These are the people that believe in, what it is I'm saying or what I'm selling or what I'm doing.
Hmm.
And then psychographics is sort of how you sort of classify people based upon their attitudes and just sort of, the way they think and the way
Hmm.
that they want to aspire to create a different or a better life.
Hmm.
And there's no real hard numbers for psychographics. It's just sort of a frame of mind.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's
What people are and can making a connection with people.
yeah, and I think that's kind of like the wild card, right? It's kind of like the wild card. You can locate people easily based off of their demographics, but the psychographic piece, is kind of like, you experiment with it, you find out what resonates with those people in the particular demographic with that psychographic, and that's what you roll with. I mean, I think that's the beauty of what we do, and the fun part is we experiment with all kinds of things. And at this point in time, and I don't know how many years we've been doing this, but it's just that making those mistakes, I I know in the past I would be afraid of them, but now I'm like, "Oh, this is cool." Like, okay, I learned that it doesn't work. I know they hated it, so I'm not gonna do it anymore. But, that's just part of the growth process of becoming an affiliate marketer.
Yeah, it means that, just a few more terms, just like understanding the qualitative versus quantitative nature of what it is you do in your business, you know, looking at statistics and metrics
Yeah,
and going back to what we always talk about and the real truth about, making money online is just like we talked about in past episodes and we continue to talk about. There is a real person on the other side of that content.
yeah,
That content that you're creating is helping someone solve a problem. And depending on what you're an affiliate for, it matters more or less, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because everything you create content should be taken serious, right? From
right.
giving medical advice for a particular type of medical apparatus that someone needs to like help them, you know, whatever ails them, or the best picking the best first pet. Why was that so hard to say? So think about picking the first pet, making it the best one that you can for a child,
Mhm,
right? Understanding that that's an age group, a demographic, but the psychographics are going to play into that, plus a whole other range of like where they're from, where they live, what they have access to, do they have allergies? I mean, all of this stuff just comes into play, and you need to really think about. Look, if I say the best pet is a cat, but that kid has an allergy to a cat, well,
yeah.
then that's not the best one for them. It should be a bunny rabbit or whatever, what I mean, or a llama or an alpaca,
Or a vegan dog.
a vegan dog. And honestly, on that, I want you to really think about what Ken said, because creating a brand as an affiliate marketer is going to the level where you take a stand for your vegan dog and your lifestyle as a vegan dog owner. You got anything else to say, Ken?
I got nothing else. Ending on vegan dog is a really good one right there.
All right.
I've
I'm
done.
Gary Baker. He's Ken Furukawa. This is the Affiliate Files, just like it says on our shirts. And we'll talk to you later.